So welcome there, guys. Today this is my first black and white Wi-Fi battle. This is a random match between with me and a random guy. Obviously, here you can see his name is in Japanese. Although I think it's cut out here a little bit. You see me walking around in the background there and stuff. So I'm gonna live record from now on here because there are a lot of disconnections in this random Wi-Fi battle, so I thought this might be a better idea, just because then this way I can also upload matches when my opponent disconnects in the last second or something like this happens. So now let's start off. I lead off with my Sassandor, also known as Hydreigon. And if you see my team, you might think it's quite OU horish, but this has a certain reason. Because I need a team that can do well in the battle subway. So I switch out to my rank Reuniclus. He gets a crit and a high jump kick, which was the first of many crits in this battle actually. So now if I want to finish this what I said before, I need a good team for the battle subway. That way that I can get the items like Life Orb completely legit. Until now I only have leftovers as a really good item, and for the other members of my team I still need a Life Orb for my Hydreigon and a Focus Sash for my third Pokemon. So out comes his Sharpedo, and I switch out to my Sassandora. I still call it Sassandora, that sounds way better than Hydreigon. If you haven't noticed, I'm using a German game, so the names will be in German the screen, but I don't think that matters, as you see the animation, and I'll tell you what Pokemon I'm using. So he goes for Ice Beam, and I survive with 15 HP despite having a minus special defense nature. But he has a Focus Sash, and he also has Speed Boost, which is Sharpedo's new Dream World ability. And the Focus Sash now brings me in quite a bit of trouble, because because Sharpedo has Speed Boost, I cannot bring in this other Pokemon here, my Cloyster, and set up a Shell Break as I would like to do, but that doesn't work because I won't be able to outspeed him even after a Shell Break. If this wasn't the case, I could just live a crunch easily and then kill him off. So he gets another piece of hacks, which is this defense drop, which might actually matter, but it's because his Mian Xiao, I think it was called. I think it was killed anyway with his with high jump, because he brings in Fearow, which really surprises me. I thought he would just bring in Mian Xiao and high jump kick me to death. But okay, here goes Fino, that's fine. And I left the drill pack. And I thought I would die just because of the defense drop. I get another crit. This Cloyster is holding an item which increases the critical hit ratio, and because I always hit 5 times with Icicle Spear, that means that I have 5 chances to get a crit. So here comes Mienshao again. It's his last Pokemon, and he kills me off the Grass Knot. Nice to see. It's Mienshao that uses Grass Knot. Probably against things like Swampert. So, and as after seeing how much a high jump kick did, I'm pretty sure I can take any hit he throws at me. He goes for a Stone Edge, gets another crit, and I die. So, he gets 3 crits decided this match, but I won't complain about it. It was decent, and I saw that my team could do well. So, here is the second battle. You see the team of my opponent. I think it's also a Japanese guy, if I'm not mistaken. At least I can't read the Pokemon's name. I'm gonna be using the same team as I did in the last battle. And that's because these are the only 3 EV trained Pokemon that I have right now. So I'm gonna be using only EV trained and bred Pokemon. I don't think they have very good IVs, but I hope good enough. And yeah, if there's something more interesting, in my opinion, if you train them yourself, you just get more into them if you use it like this. So I have my Hydreigon again, and he has a Rotom Wash form, and I know Rotom Wash form can't do shit against Hydreigon. Thunderbolt and Hydro Pump won't do too much. Shadow Ball won't do too much neither. And maybe he has HP Ice or something like this, or Will-O-Wisp, but I only have one physical move, which is Crunch, and which I'm not going to be using on any Pokemon which is not weak to Crunch. So he switches out, goes out to his Scizor, or Scizor, however you want to pronounce it, and the Mist Draco Meteor. So I don't know. I didn't want to predict him, or I didn't know what Pokemon he would use. So I'm just gonna go for a flamethrower and see what happens. He switches out, goes out to Salamence, which is a nice play on his part, because that way he can come in and kill me, because Salamence will outspeed my Hydreigon, and if he's not something like Adamant. I could outspeed an Adamant Salamence if I'm correct, but I'm not. If he's jolly, he will outspeed me. So I switch out to my physical wall, which is Reuniclus, and he goes for an Outrage. Outrage, 120 power coming from 100, I think 35 attack. Salamence with that does less than half. So here you see how epically bulky this Reuniclus is. And I'm just gonna go for the Recover. I want to stall out his turn of Outrage, which is the only way I can do some damage against his Salamence in this situation. And he goes for another gets the 3-turn Outrage. Doesn't really matter, because that just means that I'm gonna get more leftovers recovery, because as I said, the Outrage does less than half to me. So now I'm back to almost full, and he's confused, so I think he's gonna switch out right now. So I'm gonna go for the Focus Blast, predicting a switch to Scizor, and that's what he does. So Focus Blast unfortunately hits for me, but still doesn't do that much against Scizor. Alright, Scissor's here, and obviously he's gonna go for a Bug move, which is super effective against Reuniclus, and Reuniclus is very slow, so I don't have a chance to outspeed him. So I go to my Cloyster again, which has really good defense, but he has Bullet Punch with a Steel Jewel, or however this item is called, which increases the Steel move once you use it. So I have my Cloyster here. It's not resistant to Bullet Punch, but still, even after the Steel Orb boost, the Bullet Punch does less than half the Cloyster. That's just how physically bulky Cloyster is. 180 defense, even without investment, can do quite some damage. So I go for the Rock Blast, predicting a switch to any of his Pokemon. And this was the only... if he goes to Salamence, that's fine, it will do a lot of damage. If he goes to Rotom, it will be my best option against it. If he stays in, it's also a good move to go for, as he resists Ice moves and is neutral to Rock moves. So I go to my Sassandora, and maybe he predicts this and goes double switch to Salamence instead of going for an attacking move like Thunderbolt. And here I know the only way I can win is if he goes for a Dragon Dance here. That's what he does. I predicted him to go for a Dragon Dance, predicting me to switch back to Reuniclus, so that's why I stay in and go for a Dragon Pulse to finish his Salamence off, and that now means that the rest of his team will probably get killed by Hydreigon, because I have a Flamethrower for Scizor, and I have Draco Meteor for his Rotom Wash form, both of which will be a 1-hit KO. I will even 1-hit KO Scizor if I'm at -2, because 4 times super effective, and Hydreigon or Sassandora's special attack is really high. The only thing that can stop me here is if I miss like a Draco Meteor, and he has a move that can bring me down low enough to the point where a Bullet Punch from Scizor can kill me. On the other way, I don't think his Scizor can outspeed my Cloyster, as I have a pretty high speed investment, and then I kill him with another move of my choice. So I'm gonna go for a Flamethrower, it's gonna take him out, and that's gonna be a 3-0 victory. That looks very clear, but in fact it was quite close. So I hope you have all enjoyed this first black and white battle. I hope there are still more to come. I'm currently breeding some new original stuff that you won't see too often. And I hope that I will be able to make another battle with this new Pokemon soon. So it is something you can look forward to. From now on, that's all, and I hope to see you all in my next video in my Pokemon Black and White random Wi-Fi battle. See you this time.